All right, welcome back to A Simple Truth. So we've been working our way through Job, and last time was chapters 6 through 9. Today we're going to be spending some time 10 through 13. Now, if you remember last time, we spent a little bit of time talking about how Job was recognizing that he probably wouldn't be able to plead his case in front of a perfectly holy God, and that his words wouldn't mean anything. Well, he hinted at it, and then you'll see more today that what he really wants is an intercessor, someone to come in between, someone that can speak and plead his case on his behalf. So a little bit of foreshadow there, the figure of Jesus. Then today we'll spend again more time looking at his friends and what is Job's friends' response to this. So let's see what they have to say and see if they wish him more to repent, because that's probably what'll happen. So again, this is chapters 10 through 13. Chapter 10. My soul loathes my life. I will give free course to my complaint. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say to God, do not condemn me. Show me why you would contend with me. Does it seem good to you that you should oppress, that you should despise the work of your hands, and smile on the counsel of the wicked? Or do you have eyes of flesh? Or do you see as man sees? Are your days like the days of a mortal man? Are your years like the days of a mighty man? That you should seek for my iniquity and search out my sin. Although you know that I am not wicked and that there is no one who can deliver me from your hand. Your hands have made me and fashioned me, an intricate unity, yet you would destroy me. Remember, I pray, that you have made me like clay, and you will turn me into dust again? Did you not pour me out like milk and curdle me like cheese? Clothe me with skin and flesh, and knit me together with bones and sinews. Have you granted me life and favor, and your care has preserved my spirit? And these things you have hidden in your heart. I know that this was you within me, or that this was with you. If I sin, then you mark me, and will not acquit me of my iniquity. If I am wicked, woe to me. Even if I am righteous, I cannot lift up my head. I am full of disgrace. See my misery. If my head is exalted, you hunt me like a fierce lion, and again you show yourself awesome against me. You renew your witness against me. Increase your indignation towards me. Changes and war are ever with me. Why then have you brought me out of the womb? Oh, that I had perished, and no eye had seen me. I would have been as though I had not been. I would have been carried from the womb to the grave. Are not my days few? Cease, leave me alone, that I may take a little comfort, before I shall go to the place from which I shall not return, to the land of the shadow and the shadow of death, a land as dark as darkness itself, as the shadow of death without any order, where even the light is like darkness. Chapter 11. Then Zophar the Naamathite answered and said, should not the multitude of words be answered? And should a man full of talk be vindicated? Should your empty talk make men hold their peace? And when you mock, should no one rebuke you? For you have said, my doctrine is pure, and I am clean in your eyes. But oh, that God would speak and open his lips against you, that he would show you the secrets of wisdom, for they would double your prudence. Know therefore that God exacts from you less than your iniquity deserves. Can you search out the deep things of God? Can you find out the limits of the Almighty? They are higher than heaven. What can you do? Deeper than Sheol. What can you know? Their measure is longer than the earth and broader than the sea. If he passes by, imprisons, and gathers to judgment, then who can hinder him? For he knows deceitful men. He sees wickedness also. Will he not then consider it? For an empty-headed man will be wise when a donkey's colt is born a man. If you would prepare your heart and stretch out your hands toward him, if iniquity were in your hand and you would put it far away, then would not let wickedness dwell in your tents, then surely you could lift up your face without spot. Yes, you could be steadfast and not fear, because you would forget your misery and remember it as waters that have passed away. And your life would be brighter than noonday. Though you were dark, you would be like the morning. And though you would be secure because there is hope. Yes, you would dig around you and take your rest in safety. You would also lie down, and no one would make you afraid. Yes, many would court your favor, but the eyes of the wicked will fail, and they shall not escape, and their hope, the loss of life. Chapter 12. Then Job answered and said, no doubt you are the people, and wisdom will die with you, but I have understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you. Indeed, who does not know such things as these? I am one mocked by his friends, who called on God and he answered him, the just and blameless who is ridiculed. A lamp is despised in the thought of one who is at ease. It is made ready for those whose feet slip, and the tents of robbers prosper. Those who provoke God are secure in what God provides by his hand. But now, ask the beasts, and they will teach you, and the birds of the air, and they will tell you, or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, and the fish of the sea will explain to you. Who among all these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this? In whose hand is the life of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind? Does not the ear test the words, and the mouth taste its food? Wisdom is with aged men, and the length of days understanding. With him are wisdom and strength. He has counsel and understanding. If he breaks a thing down, it cannot be rebuilt. If he imprisons a man, there can be no release. If he withholds the waters, they dry up. If he sends them out, they overwhelm the earth. With him are strength and prudence. They deceived, and the deceiver are his. He leads the counselors away plundered, and makes fools of the judges. He loosens the bonds of kings, and binds their waists with a belt. He leads princes away plundered, and overthrows the mighty. He depraves the trusted ones of speech, and takes away the discernment of the elders. He pours contempt on princes and disarms the mighty. He uncovers deep things out of darkness and brings the shadow of death to light. He makes nations great and destroys them. He enlarges nations and guides them. He takes away the understanding of the chiefs of the people of the earth and makes them wander in pathless wilderness. They grope in the dark without light, and he makes them stagger like a drunken man. Chapter 13. Behold, my eye has seen all this. My ear has heard it and understood it. What you know, I also know. I am not inferior to you. But I would speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with God. But you forgers of lies, you are all worthless physicians. Oh, that you would be silent, and it would be your wisdom. Now hear my reasoning, and heed the pleadings of my lips. Will you speak wickedly for God, and talk deceitfully for him? Will you show partiality for him? Will you contend for God? Will it be well when he searches you out? Or can you mock him as one mocks a man? He will surely rebuke you. If you secretly show partiality, will not his excellence make you afraid, and the death of him fall upon you? Your platitudes are proverbs of ashes. Your defenses are defenses of clay. Hold your peace with me, and let me speak. Then let me go on my way. Why do I take my flesh in my teeth and put my life in my hands? Though he slay me, yet I will trust in him. Even so, I will defend my own ways before him. He also shall be my salvation, for a hypocrite could not come before him. Listen carefully to my speech, and to my dedication with your ears. See now, I have prepared my case. I know that I shall be vindicated. Who is he who will contend with me? If now I hold my tongue, I perish. Only two things do not do to me. Then I will not hide myself from you. Withdraw your hand from me, and let not the dread of you make me afraid. Then call, and I will answer. Or let me speak, then you respond to me. How many are my iniquities and sins? Make me know my transgressions and my sin. Why do you hide your face and regard me as your enemy? Will you frighten a leaf driven to and fro? Will you pursue dry stubble? For you write bitter things against me, and make inherent the iniquities of my youth. You put my feet in the stocks, and watch closely all my paths. You set a limit for the soles of my feet. Man decays like a rotten thing, like a garment that is moth-eaten. I think that's an incredibly... I think you begin to see some of the depth of Job's suffering, and it's interesting, his friend's response there. But regardless, I think I'll just let that one lie, because we're going to see a lot more of it. Eventually we get to see God's response as well. So, yeah, good stuff. Definitely interesting stuff. All right, friends, hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening, and yeah, and a great night. See you guys.